countdown music.
Prisoner of the hands.
It's countdown music. It's countdown music. It's countdown music. Don't you know it's countdown music? Yeah, it's countdown music.
All I can tell you is I was blown away by what I saw as just a guest in the lounge, just a guest of being a part of the staff. I can't even imagine the thrills and the chills. It was almost more than I could take. But I got to tell you, I met Bob Scott and I spent some time talking with him. He's an excellent storyteller. I always enjoy a good story. And Bob Doyle, he was there to, if you're sitting around on a Saturday night and you don't know what to do, you might check out the lounge.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
Oh man, the applause just died at the wrong time.
They died quickly there.
I didn't even get. Normally, I get the second round on it, and it didn't die enough time. And you were spun around, and well, it is what it is.
And there it is.
It's just like our real audience. Where's my comment screen? My comments.
Mine's here. I've got my
No. Yeah, but it's not. Normally right up underneath the thing it says. Comments.
Oh, you mean on program?
That's correct.
The program
under
screen?
you. Speaking of the program, we should tell them what it is because
The
they
Lounge
clearly
Show.
don't know. Even though we did say, and it is in the lower right-hand corner, like right under where. So you see, it says Las Vegas,
Right
and you
under
just
the
go
ass of
lower,
Vega.
and then it says the Lounge Show, and little tiny. There she is, ladies and gentlemen.
And then
Tracy
Tracy's here,
Samlos.
which is nice.
It's Lat Bat. That's right, and that makes it official. The lounge is open.
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
We
heard
didn't play it
the first
last
time.
week.
Oh, so we were just making up for it last week.
Union.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did not do a show last week because Rob went on strike.
Actually, we did Father's Day. And happy belated Father's Day to you, Father
Well,
Bob.
thank you. And how did you? You spoiled my surprise. I became an ordained priest this week, and I was gonna, and you spoiled it.
Yeah,
you know
Bob
what?
got
Forget
that
it. I
out of
forget
the-
it. I'm tearing up the. Where's the paper? Well, anyway.
Bob got that out of the back of Mad Magazine. You signed in, and they sent you your documentation, and now you're ordained. That's awesome sauce.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Anyway, yeah, I was doing Father's Day. And happy belated Father's Day to you.
Right.
We'll
Okay.
try
We
this
did all
over.
this. We did all this, and then it brought us right back to doing it again. Ugh.
Well,
It's
yeah,
exhausting.
so Father
But it
Bob,
sounds like you had a very nice one. Yes.
did. Yes, because I got to do what in the olden days when you and I would gather a tip. That would have been one of our menus. What we did did the ribs, the 2-2-1 method of ribs on the smoker,
Yes.
and then did the homemade macaroni and cheese. It's probably been jeepers. It's 5 years since I probably made that dish. It was so fun. And then I did baked beans from scratch. And this, Bob, this takes some time. About like 20 total hours with the overnight soaking and the crock
Oh
pot.
no.
Yeah, but you don't do anything. It just sits in the crock
but you
pot.
don't do anything.
You don't do
What I'm
anything.
trying
It's
to
like
tell you
you put
is you
some
don't
ketchup
do
and cheese
anything.
in. You don't. You cut up a little bacon and an onion and you turn it on low forever. But they turned out they're fun. So that was a good meal. And then what I found interesting was, and having Riley here is always a blast because it's great to have a 6-year-old lift up the energy in the room. And so after dinner, she says, "Can I have candy? Robsy, can I have candy?" And I said, "Yes." And I had candy in the cookie jar and candy in the refrigerator so it wouldn't melt. And I had all this great candy. And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "No, this candy." And she went out to the living room where I used to have a little jar of candy at the holidays. And it was empty. I didn't have, and so to her, that's the candy at Robsy's. I was just thinking of that. Like my grandma had this candy jar. It had Chuckles in it. Remember Chuckles, the round gooey thing with sugar
I don't know.
on top?
Chuckles is not familiar to me. I think it's in Rob's world.
Okay, but it was fruit flavored, round, kind of like, I don't know, the inside of jelly bean material, except it had sprinkles of sugar on the outside. Anyway, the point is, I could think about that. That was Grandma's, and now I'm that guy. I'm Grandpa Robsy. I've got an official candy jar that merits being filled all the time. So I went out like 2 days later and filled it up. Now, anytime Riley comes by, the magic candy it didn't matter the brand or the flavor to her.
Right.
It mattered that it's supposed to come from that dish, that jar.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to me, being a brand new grandpa guy. I'm learning. Yeah,
As if you're going to be tested later.
If I am, there's candy in the jar.
You're good.
See, I'm
think
good.
you're good. Yeah.
I did my thing. So, and I hope and I got a new scale, which
One that
I've
won't
never
make
had.
you sick. One that won't make you wreck your car. Make you feel 3 feet.
I never
thick.
knew. I never, until I go to the doctor, I never know what I weigh. I have no idea.
Me
And so I
either.
got a scale. See, well, yeah, but I bet you have a scale in the house because
We
you have
do.
ladies who live.
We
Yeah.
do. We do. That sounds sexist, but okay.
I'm just saying I never had a scale myself. I always had one if I lived with women. If there were women in the house, there was a scale for sure.
Sure.
But I didn't bring it to the party. Have you ever bought or purchased or got a scale?
Of course, because all those years in fitness, I bought one that read body fat and the
idiot.
whole thing.
I'm an idiot. I forgot all about that chapter.
Yeah, I mean one of the couple, at least I think we have at least 2 scales. One of them is one from way back when. Yeah, I knew when you were telling the
Tracy
candy
says-
jar story that Tracy's going, I wish we had a candy. Well, we do. Our entire counter is a candy jar, really. We
You have
just
a
need-
candy mountain. It's
we just
candy
need the
mountain there.
we just
It's
need the
a
kids to
Disney
come
movie.
in. Yeah, she just wants the kids coming in more to see that, right?
I just what I'm saying is it totally threw me for a loop. I was so proud of the candy that I had. I was aware that I should have treats for after meal.
Yeah.
And I had tons of different, even refrigerated and non-refrigerated. I thought I was a badass, and yet we learned a lesson. It's got to come out of that can. Like at Christmas, I had Christmas Hershey Kisses, and then at Easter, I found the Easter individually wrapped candy.
Hey man, believe me, I know. I was her. I was Riley at your place for many visits because you had that candy jar. I'm like, what's in here? Rolos, baby.
Rolos. Yeah, in fact, I think she wanted Rolos too. She even said, like, she described it. She didn't know the name.
Rolos are a great thing to find in a candy jar. Are you kidding me? You got the caramel and the chocolate. It's like it's not a mint. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Right.
thing this is like the steak of candy.
It is. And you know what else, too? It's simple. 2 ingredients. You got your caramel, you got your chocolate.
I'm sure.
And
Right. If you look at the ingredients, there's just 2.
Okay, fair.
Chocolate,
Let
caramel.
me rephrase. 2 flavors. How about that?
Okay.
2 flavors instead of 2 ingredients. Yeah. So, but the point is, and they always come in that gold foil. They never mess around with holiday. They don't put the bats on it at Halloween or Christmas trees. No, gold foil all the time. They're consistent, the Rolo people. It's a good candy.
It's solid.
It's solid.
It is a good one to reach in and find a Rolo. You're not. That's not a bad thing. It's never.
No, it isn't.
It's never bad.
So that's why we didn't have a show last week, boys and girls, because I
of
did the
Rolos.
whole. No, because of 5
if you
hour
extrapolate, it's basically
20-hour
down to the
beans.
Rolo company. So do you think Rolos? I don't know what candy manufacturer they are
I
part
have
of.
no
Can you
idea.
think of it?
I could look it up if only there were a
But
way.
I mean, like the story of Rolos was there already existing candy company? They said we got all this gold foil. We need something.
the story
Well, kids
of
like
Rolo
chocolate, not kids. My
it
kids
was-
like caramel. All right, let's
It was
just
born out of necessity. We've got 40,000 reams of gold
Or was
foil.
there,
We gotta do something.
or was there Grandma Rolo, and she used to make these things, and she always made them, and they made that little shape because she had this special tin, and she could make several of them.
And then the town was known for it. Grandma's town. It was a little town.
She,
where
she,
Grandma
she put them on. They sold them at the local candy store, and then she
Yes.
needed help, and then the next thing
at
you
the
know,
dry goods store, probably initially. It wasn't a candy store yet. It was just over there in the corner of the dry goods store where the Rolos. And then
and
before
the
know
gold
it-
and the gold foil has an origin story. It's not.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's something. It's something awesome. The Grandma
And then, of
Rolo
course,
did.
and then Rollapalooza, when eventually they started to have the concerts, and then and it got a little nutty then. I think
Right.
that, they had to get back to their roots. It was like Krispy Kreme.
And it says
trying
right
to
on
sell
there, you're
sandwiches.
about to have a sticky situation, and it's like a big joke. Yeah.
It's a good story.
Rolo.
No, the Sam story, when you said sticky situation, now that's a classic that has been around for over 30 years, and we still do the sticky situation reference.
Yeah, and I guess we determined, because I think we went over the story a few episodes ago, but that, Sam must have shuffled off this mortal coil some time ago.
I would imagine Sam is no longer
So do you think he
watches?
the show?
I would hope.
Or maybe like when we hear the story, if when we tell the story, do you think like he gets like his ghost ears itch or something, or whatever happens? He's like, oh wait, and then he can like tune ghostly in. Or whatever.
So that's Sam's bell ringing. It's like when we tell the story of sticky situation, he gets his wings. It's kind of like a George Bailey thing.
Okay, sure. So we tell the story, and then he gets his wings. Well, he's got to have his wings. He's got to be over encumbered by wings by now. He's like, dude, guys, stop! I can't fly. It's long ago I stopped being able to fly. He got like 2,500 pounds or other ghost pounds, but
carry
still,
these suckers around, and they're telling this story again right now. I can't believe it. Yeah.
Weekend special.
Hot AF is what we've got here. 104 degrees in Henderson, Nevada. That's right, 104 degrees at 6:11 p.m.
Yeah, it's 87 here. It's pretty warm, and the humidity's up. Yours is
No,
probably
thank you. No, thank you. I'll take mine over yours.
And here it is, like it was 85% around noon or 1 today, humidity, and 95 degrees.
Tracy
sent
hold on. Tracy sent this picture.
I kind of it's going in and out.
I know. I'm going to get it so you can see it. That is the candy bowl. The candy bowl that we do have downstairs, and we've always had it. So she just reminded me that we have that, and so of course we're ahead of the game. We're ahead of it.
Hey, so I got to show you a picture.
All righty,
because it comes with a story. Now, as you know, I always have a tough time figuring out how to do this, but we're going to try.
Well, let's zoom
there
in.
You go.
Look at that. The timing was perfect. All
right.
Okay,
I'm zooming in a little more for you. Now, I'll paraphrase the letter, but it was written, as you can see. And see who signed it?
I can't make it out. It's too small on my screen.
All right, maybe. How about that?
No,
anyway, it's from JR. Okay, it's from JR.
Okay, John. Okay.
And JR, so he texts me one day and he says, Rob, I've got something for you. It's kind of silly. What's your address? He didn't have. So I sent him my address, and okay, whatever, you don't think. And it showed up right around Father's Day. And I will paraphrase the letter. He was taking a walk, and just along on the side of the road, there were 2 harmonicas just sitting there on the side of the road. And he thought to himself, and I'm paraphrasing this letter, well, Rob would like these. He's a harmonica player. And so he mailed them to me. And at the very end, miss you, buddy, at the end, JR. And so I unwrapped them, and Bob, they play wonderfully.
Okay,
they are
that
great
is
sounding blues harps. And now, how many people can, say that their friend sent them harmonicas that they found on the side of the road, and they're in perfect working condition. Not a reed is broken. There's no rust or pitting in the metal. And I thought, man, Bob's going to like this story because John Ryder,
Now, do you feel like they sound better than? Do you feel like they sound better than the ones you have, or they're right up there?
They're similar. They're similar.
They're akin.
And I don't know what key they're in. I did "Oh Christmas Tree." I don't know why that came to mind when I took them out of the envelope. I said, I'll play "Oh Christmas Tree," and they are 2 different keys. I haven't really investigated what key they're in, but they sound wonderful. Like if I played with them, you wouldn't go, okay, now bring the real ones out. It's not the kind you got in your stocking at Christmas, the plastic ones that just really had one note.
There is a story behind those freaking harmonicas.
Yes.
Somebody bought them new and were probably excited about them. Maybe they were
on the
given
side
to their
of it, and
kids.
they no case. Usually harmonicas come in those nice plastic cases. These are worthy of a case. They're a good brand. They're Hohner. Hohner? Am I saying
that's
that
right?
I think I'm saying. Yeah. And they're blues harps. You can bend the reeds, and And JR finds them on the side of the road in Wisconsin, taking a walk, and puts them in an envelope and sends them. Now that is a cool story.
That is a great story.
Yeah, I mean, how many times has anyone sent you anything in an instrument, a musical instrument in the mail where
Actually,
they found it? And
oh,
yes,
no,
you're right.
never
There's probably
on
a
the side.
side. You're right. There's a story there.
Of course there is. It's
Well,
probably
yeah, but what do you
sad
think?
or
Oh.
dangerous.
Yeah, I
There's
don't know how
international intrigue.
many. The
You
Hardy
were meant
Boys
to, you
tale
were
of the.
you were meant to get these.
Uh-huh.
They were placed strategically. I don't know if John's 100% innocent on this one.
I like
We'll
the
just see
whole
how
idea
this
that
all
there's
plays out.
International intrigue is where you got me, Bob. I like. There's the Hardy Boy, the mystery of the two harmonicas. You know,
Oh,
the
I
Hardy
could
Boys.
I could tell you the whole story of each of those harmonicas and the agents and why. I'm sure if you just let me start talking. All right, but I'm not. Don't do
Knock
that.
yourself-
So no,
Okay.
don't do that. So I just wanted to. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but my eyes never leave the camera. But also, if I do this, they do weird stuff. I'm playing with this. It's called NVIDIA Broadcast, and I want to tell you about it only because I think if you're telling me you have a really kick-ass graphics card, right? Do you know what it is?
Oh, I know it's NVIDIA. And I know
Okay,
it's
awesome. So NVIDIA,
it's a beast.
you could run the software that I'm running right now, and that software is the thing that's changing my background. It also processes your audio if you want it to. It's got like noise reduction and stuff like that. I don't have that on, but part of it, and then so yeah, all the background replacement without a green screen, obviously. Like if I turn this off, then it's just the other one. So this solves this problem that I had before. But this eye contact thing, if I turn it off, it messes with the background. So now I look
See,
around.
now I'm just
and,
staring at you.
yeah, and if I look at you, then it's a little off. It's like I'm just because the camera's right here. But if I want to look at you in the eye, I'm a little off. But if I turn this on, aim my head there, and I can look at you, and it still looks like I'm looking straight into the camera.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm kind of noticing that. I don't think I would have, but I
if you
notice
didn't-
it now that you.
I
bring
think
it to
I think it's more I think glasses make it a little bit more obvious. But anyway. Yeah,
Well, I
it's
like
pretty
the
cool.
idea that I can have stuff in the background. Although I love my background, to be very honest with you. I've got two different pictures of the kids.
There's a point where if you hold your head just right, your eyes start going back and forth. It doesn't know what to do. Anyway, I was just trying
See,
to find it.
I'm not picking up on it, but I never really do. I'm really conscious. The other day, they said one of the guys from marketing comes over and he says, "I need."
This
I
sounds
need
like
to
a
take
joke or a fake thing.
It isn't a
The
joke,
guy
actually. It's
from
real.
marketing.
Marketing and right with his rabbi and
right.
a soldier and a marine. So no, the guy from marketing comes up and he
Heard
goes,
that
"I need to take
configuration.
some what B-roll kind of still photography shots." So I had to go into the prod room, put the headphones on, be in front of the microphone, do those shots, do those pictures, right?
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
and I'm self-conscious of lenses. I'll stand up in front of people and talk all day, and I'll always tell the jokes or sing the songs, but the lens kind of freaks me out. So I think I might like this. It does more of the work. I don't have to think about it. It might help me not look like an idiot on a camera.
Maybe it's free. I can send you a link. It just NVIDIA. If you just did a search for NVIDIA Broadcast, I'm sure you'd find it. Download it. It was
That's
no
the
problem.
thing, Broadcast?
And you just set in that software. You set the camera, and in this case, it would be your C920, and the resolution and the frames per second is all right there. And then whether or not you want the background effect thing changed, and then the
Or is it like a library of different choices I have behind me?
any image you have on your or video. That's a video back there playing, and it just loops. And then on the microphone, you've got effects that you can choose, like noise removal. You've got room echo removal, so it'll take out any, you know what room echo is. You're a broadcast professional.
So they say, although now they're saying it in French. So I don't know if it's true anymore.
But anyway, yeah, it's a cool little tool for if you're doing this kind of thing, and yeah, if you want to keep eye contact. Although I did a video, one of my YouTube videos with it, and it was a little creepy actually. It was too much.
Whoa. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if I did look down a little bit, my eyes do a weird sleepy looking thing. It just didn't look.
Can you turn that off? Can you turn the eye fix a button? And there's a button.
Yeah, it's just
The reason I ask is because I would love it just to vary the background. Although, again, I'm saying this twice now. I like my background. I got a picture of my dad when he was about 20 and a couple of pictures of the kids and the lounge light. Now I wonder if I could take a picture of the lounge light and use it somehow to put it behind me. And so now I'm creating stuff, and I don't want to do that. That's work.
That's Bob's stuff. That's the Bob.
That's Bob's stuff. He does that, and it looks great. It always looks great.
I was thinking I had my lounge light here, but I guess maybe it's in my mom's.
We could probably find them again. I'm really happy that I toted it with me all these years. I mean, the lounge lights have been around a while too.
Part yin, but there's an
yin.
on air, isn't there? Isn't there an on air?
I think there is. I've got them all. They didn't get broken. They never got torn.
Is it right there? Can you actually grab it?
yeah.
Because I want to know if there's an on air, because we keep talking about like how they can know if I'm recording.
Okay, here they all are. Okay, the one says do not. I don't know if we can read them on my thing. Do not disturb.
Do not disturb. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, was one, and then I don't. Again, sleeping. I feel like I'm in romper room here. I'm putting up flashcards. No vacancy. And then, of course,
things my grandmother says in her sleep.
the winner.
Part yin. Yes.
We just got a little.
So there isn't
marker.
a recording or on air. That's
no,
crazy.
and then the last one is lounge, with the O in lounge being a cocktail olive.
Yeah.
Come on.
How perfect.
That's classic. That's just classic. So yes, I've still got them all. Bob.
Do not
And you
disturb
bought
just
this for me.
seems
This was a
rude.
gift for me. What?
Do not disturb just seems
Well,
rude,
What is?
Do not disturb. Like, we just need a
Yeah.
light so that they know, okay, he's recording or he's doing a video, whatever, so that they know that they can be out there. Well, you know what I'm saying? Just something. And I just, like, a little light would be great. And I'm like, well, we have this light, but I can't remember if it says anything like on the air or recording. And I'm sure there's like way better solutions that are Bluetooth. I could stick on with a magnet and broadcast whatever. I haven't even looked. Rob.
You could probably go online though and get an on-air light. There's tons of
Yes,
recording.
that's what I just did. Are we on a delay? That's what I just. So anyway, I was thinking about getting a light that says like on air or recording or something, so they know when I'm doing that,
Yeah, you could probably shop for one.
like Amazon or something.
That's a great idea.
They probably have them there.
I don't. That's how engaging your story was.
We just to travel back in time and do it again.
And again, yeah.
Do it again one more time.
Okay,
Let's go
hold
back in
on,
time
hold
one more
on.
time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was thinking about getting a light that says like on air or recording or something, so they so they just know, so they whatever.
Right.
That's what I need.
And did I tell you I still have all the signs for the lounge light too? I've kept them all these years. Did
I was
tell you
thinking
that?
I could go to Amazon.
You know,
my
I'm
God,
gonna
we've
do- I'm-
destroyed the time warp, the time warp
or
continuum.
Yes, the flux capacitor.
The space-time continuum. We
Yeah.
single-handedly screwed it up. I don't know, like when I get off this call, like who's even going to be here?
It is a call with an intro. And
Like,
I
her
wrote down
name
a
might
bunch
be
of stuff, but I
Gracie
hit
in
them
this
all.
reality. What?
I hit all my stuff. I did everything. One last thing. Yesterday what was yesterday? Kirk Mellish would have told us.
I don't know. First
Yesterday
day of
was the
something.
longest day of the year.
Okay.
The summer solstice was yesterday. So tonight I always have difficulties getting ready for the lounge because it's still dusk. Never at dusk. It's still dusk outside. And so I'm used to and I thought, isn't this interesting? When we do this lounge 6 months from now, right around Christmas, it will be the shortest day of the year. It will have been dark for 4 or 5 hours before we do the show.
Yeah, I really don't like that time of year.
Really?
Come on.
You
how
know,
come-
someone...
No, I don't.
Well, now this is kind of interesting. Oh, Tracy liked that sound effect. What I find interesting though, because someone brought that up at work the other day, because I said, "Hey, today is the longest day of the year." Oh, look, perfect. Oh, look at the weather.
Yeah, that's something.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow, we got
No.
something happening.
Lightning.
We
saw
have a
it too.
storm.
Well, no, that's heat lightning.
We'll ask Oak. Get Oak on the horn. He's the
There
expert.
it was again. Wow, it is really blowing.
Yeah,
stink,
I am
man.
so
Look at
glad we got in on that.
Yes.
All right, well,
That
we'll
is
just continue
good.
with your story, but we'll just keep watching this thunderstorm on
Yeah,
Lake
and I wish I
Geneva.
remembered.
No,
It's
okay.
buffering.
Oh, yeah, because, there's an electrical storm. Ooh, this is
I don't think
tense.
that it's been slow all week.
I'd love to see like the SS Minnow, right? You know, like doing this.
Well,
bit
that's
and-
it right there. The SS Minnow is up on a shore station right in front of you. That's
Oh,
about
there
the
it
same
is.
size.
Just
Yeah, there's
don't
the,
start the tour.
Right, that's
It's going to be
SS
more than
Minnow.
3 hours.
It will. That's the SS Minnow 2. There's a little Roman numeral 2 after it.
I see.
So anyway, yeah, that's a bummer story. Now I forget what I had something ridiculously empty that I was talking about, and now, but when you brought
Your
that
life.
up,
I'm sorry. That was just so.
you
right.
Animal Housed me on the yacht club am.
I wish it didn't. Whoa, that's crazy. Did you see that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I did see that kind of thing. So yeah, I had all these things I was going to talk about, but again, longest day of the year. That's all I got. Oh, I know what it was. That was it. That was the story. So I said, it's the longest day, and the guy goes, I hate that other time of the year. And I said, like it's gonna be, and I said, but there's a charm about winter time and the sun going down early for me in that it reminds me that it's holiday time. It's the holidays. The holidays are.
Okay, I just one night is fine. Christmas Eve. Do it then.
How about Thanksgiving?
I
It's
get.
kind of a fun
I
time.
can't. My body. It says it's dark time to shut down at 4:15, 4:20,
Whatever it takes.
whatever it takes. All right, look, I saw the Seinfeld thing. We watched Unfrosted as a family.
Okay, and
Tracy really enjoyed it, you know.
Good.
And I think you and I probably feel the same way.
yes,
It was what it was. It was not. I wanted to laugh a lot more, you know.
right. But
And-
but I'm glad I watched it.
Oh yes.
Like it wasn't. I don't go. What a waste of time. No, it was fun. It was fun. It was a nice little journey. But yes, I'll tell you two things though that I have. At least one. I watched a 60 minutes interview from a few years ago of Donald Sutherland in the wake of his pass, and he just passed away. Donald Sutherland.
Yes, I just heard that. Yeah. Did that happen
And
yesterday?
a couple days ago at the most. Anyway, it's a wonderful piece, and that was really cool. And I thought of you. So Netflix has a 90-minute documentary on Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Bob Doyle has to watch that.
Yeah. I totally want to watch that.
It's so well done. It's so well done. And what a neat. I didn't know a lot of this. Like and when you watch a biography, but man, I thought of you. Gene Wilder, Bob Doyle, man. Woo! I thought of you. You got to watch that. That's worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
And what's neat, and I'm not ruining it. Screw it. I'm telling you. What's neat about it is he's narrating.
He died at the end. He's narrating
The
it.
ship didn't sink. Yes, he's narrating, and I'm going, is this? And that's where I went. I go, I wonder if this is AI. No joke. I thought that.
Right. I'm with you. That's where my mind went immediately.
That's where I went, and it's a great narration, and it's perfect, and it's his voice, and then of course they have a million clips and a million other interviews, and just your documentary format. But
is he
it was-
talking in
and
first
so-
person?
Yes, like I liked this and I went there and I fell in love with her now, and I'm going, okay, wow. And so the whole thing I'm watching, and at the very end I said, I'm watching every credit. I'm watching the scroll. I'm reading, and it happened to be an audiobook from a play he wrote. So whoever produced it grabbed the lines that applied to real life and then intercut all the stuff. It's brilliantly produced.
But yeah, they could have
So,
AI'd
yes.
it too.
They could have, but they used his actual VO
Yeah.
from an audiobook or something that he had read.
Yeah.
And I think he wrote. So it might have been in first person. I don't know the play or whatever the audiobook was, but it's Gene Wilder. And I thought, when Wonka alone is Bob worthy, when they talk about the time he did Wonka. But then you've also got Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles. And all those, just these monumentally. I mean, we will talk about that forever. He was one of those legacy actors. And he was really something. And to watch him even be interviewed and all, it's just a wonder. You gotta watch it, and it's on Netflix.
It's a gotta watch.
It is a
Bob
gotta
gives it
watch.
a GTW. A gotta watch.
That's
Gotta
right.
Hi, Pop.
That's gotta
That's-
watch. Oh.
That's right.
Happy birthday, sir.
Sir,
Okay,
it's
just
Kevin
checking.
here.
It's Kevin Jeffrey on this shift.
You know,
the tenor, the real
right.
talent in this
And that's
group.
right.
Yeah. It's a read.
It
a Kevin
sure is. And I
It sure
thank
is.
God for it every day of my
So
life.
today, so this is Gin Boogie week. I got to give a big presentation on Thursday. So
Okay, so this is the new updated, been working on the presentation, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and this is the debut.
Yeah, it is on Thursday's the debut. I'll do a run through on Wednesday, and but I'm close now. I feel, but boy, a week ago, I'm going. It's gonna suck, and then you just practice and it's coming, whatever. It's kind of fun.
Hearing you talk about that makes me nervous.
Yeah, but here's the thing: once you get up there and you get into it, I just enjoy it. Then the adrenaline, that's a rush. And the other thing, totally unrelated, but related because it's work. I'm really digging playing pickleball.
And with those words, those were the words they chose. I kid you not. Those were the words. So when those words came out, they decided that's when they were going to end the show. They could have done, I don't know, countless other things, but they chose that sequence of words to end it. And this is how we're left with the show. I don't get it. I don't think I can watch anymore.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.